All right, we're just going to go live. Hi, Aaron, longtime fan and returning customer here. My question is, what is the best way to learn about business? I think it's time for me to start my own self-employment gig and maybe grow it because lately I can't seem to tolerate working for anyone else. Here's some background. I can't seem to hold on to a job for more than 2 weeks. The last 3 jobs I had all lasted about 2 weeks, and then I quit on them because I'm tired of being rushed all the time. I work in construction doing plumbing. I've been at this for 6 years, and I've had long-term jobs before, obviously, but lately I can't put up with being rushed all the time. All right, yeah, well, this is a temporary situation because of the housing shortage. Yeah, you guys are pushed to your limits, and whoever your general contractor is or whoever you're working for, they got a billion jobs to do because they're morons and they overscheduled, and that's why you're being rushed. And maybe you could rush sheetrocking, or maybe like if it's not the foundation, pouring sidewalk concretes, but you shouldn't really be rushing electricity or plumbing. And you're in the position of power here. You're the one with the skills. But this isn't your larger overall question. I don't eat or barely sleep at night when I have bad days at work. I also quit nicotine and drinking 2 months ago, so maybe I'm valuing myself more intrinsically. Can't stand being talked down to. My IQ was professionally tested in August at 95 and 94 for spatial reasoning and verbal ability, and I agree with this assessment. I'm 32 years old, married, no kids, no debt outside the mortgage, 3 cheap. Well, you're doing pretty good. 3 cheap cars all paid for, and we have about $16K right now in cash. My wife she's a professional. I don't want to identify you too much. And she's actually supportive of me. You know what, man? You're winning. You just won. Since I'm not a licensed plumber yet, I was just considering starting a very basic janitorial business and employ only myself to start while I learn the business side of things. Then I would transfer into mechanical maintenance, service, and repair over the long term to get more lucrative jobs and have more enjoyable work. The thing is, I don't need to make a ton of money. I just really need to work at my own pace and not be rushed. So what are the best resources? Well, okay. I said, why don't you start your own plumbing business? What is preventing you from getting the license? I can't open a plumbing business right now because I don't have a master's plumbing license. I applied for it last week, and I'm waiting to hear results from the state about whether I can take it or not. I also think that I need about 1,200 more hours or proven work under a plumber to be eligible. I'd like a video. All right. Well, just me, but 1,200 more hours. Isn't that like 8 months? Can't you just go get 1,200 hours? I mean, if you're Atham, you could do that in 12 weeks. Because he's crazy. Just look, here's the problem, man. You're gonna go and you're gonna set up a janitorial business. You're not only gonna buy all the equipment to do janitorial work, you gotta find clients. And by the time you're making any decent money, you might as well have gotten your 1,200 hours in for plumbing, so you could sit for the masters. I just think because plumbing is such a sought after skill, and so few people have it, that if you could just knuckle it down and get the 1,200 hours and get your master plumbing license or certification, boom, go into business for yourself. And then you can take you work 3 days a week. You don't promise clients, yeah, we'll have that done. And then you're like, what? I can't, there's not enough plumbers in town to do all that work. Just do the 1,200 hours and start a plumbing business. And then you don't have to work as much as you only take as many clients as you want. And then you're not dealing with any of this crap. And you've been doing it for 6 years. You must have the skills. Hell, you can even do it under the table unless you get your license rebuked. I don't know how that works. But can you just do that for cash, like here and there, and then kind of go into the DT had this idea about becoming a fix-it man. You must have picked up some carpentry skills along the way where you could fix this or fix that. What I would do is start a handyman business. That's what I would do, of which janitorial stuff could be that. But anyway, it's up to you what type of business you want. Video, blah, blah, blah. So here's what you need to know about business, all right? And you probably can learn this for free. Either by going online to a library. I think I even have a video out there, my accounting system, or the Aaron Clary accounting system, or the Aaron Clary shoebox method. But you can get a book, How to Start a Business. They'll teach you about LLCs, setting up bank accounts, insurance. You're going to need insurance. and accounting. And the hard one, it's not hard, it's just boring. It's going to be accounting. But I'll tell you right now what you're going to need to do. You're going to need to get set up an LLC. You're going to need to get business insurance. You're going to need to get whatever the legal licensure requirements are so you can legally operate. I don't even know if you're in the United States, but that shouldn't be that much. You may not even need a license, but find out in your state or county or wherever you are, whether you need that. You take some money from your personal, you set up the LLC. With the LLC, you're then able to go get an EIN number, an employment identification number. I don't want employees. It doesn't matter. You're going to get one anyway, but you're not going to have employees. This is like the tax ID for the company. They call it an EIN. So once you set up the LLC through the Secretary of State, at your state, look it up, SOS state. You then go to the IRS website where you file for an EIN number. It's done online. You get it in 2 minutes. Then you get that essentially Social Security number for your company. You take the Social Security number for the company and the name of your company, and you go to a bank. You cut a check to the bank, to your company's name from your personal account. You fund your business account. Now your company has a bank account. I would also recommend you set up a PayPal account or some kind of online payment method that will direct deposit the money into your bank. You don't need a credit card, or that's done through PayPal. So get a PayPal account, and then you just advertise and start doing your business. That's it. And all you have to do for your accounting, and this is the most important thing about running a business. This is I just told you, like setting up the business. Oh, call your insurance guy. You want liability insurance on your company, an umbrella policy, or see what they recommend depending on what type of work you do. It's already getting dark out. Insurance, that, PayPal. Yeah, that's for setting it up. And then there's only really 2 or 3 things you got to do. Okay. 1, save your receipts and do your accounting. You could take my quick little video I did and find out how to do the accounting system. Or you could be a little bit more thorough, like small business accounting. Look it up on the internet, get a book on it, read through it, learn how to do accounting. You could also get software like QuickBooks, but the easiest way, which is my method, I save all my receipts. And then at the end of the year, I add up all my income. And I take all my receipts and I organize them into gas and insurance and advertising and editing and whatever else I spend money on. I add up all the receipts in an Excel spreadsheet. I subtract that number from my total revenue. Then I have my taxable income, and then you give it to your accountant. And that's pretty much what your accountant will do. That's the account. That's very simplified accounting. To understand it a little bit more, you definitely will want to go and at least read a book or watch a lot of videos and get familiar with, say, QuickBooks. Buy yourself a copy of QuickBooks. And that's it. Oh, so that's that. The other 2 things, 1, show up on time, and 2, do the effing job right, correctly, the first time. That's it. That's all you have to do. And you'll blow every other plumber out of the water because they're always late. They always screw it up. They don't show up on time. No, don't be that guy. Here, let me explain to you why tradesmen don't make much money. There's 2 types of tradesmen. There's a tradesman that make money, say, Cappy, you can't wait, make all this money. You got to work hard, but you show up and, diesel mechanic or whatever else. And then there's like, it doesn't pay anything. Did you show up on time or were you drunk and late? Well, okay. Just like it's middle school, huh? Right? And you don't need a super high IQ to show up on time and do the job right. And if you do that, you could probably charge 50% more than your competitors. Put it there, on time, on budget plumbing.com. If I'm not on time, I'm not on budget, you don't pay more than this. If I'm late, I will call you in advance. You get a discount, blah, blah. We are on time and on budget, unless we see something that we didn't see before. There's something, oh my God. That's it. There you go. And that goes for whatever business, whether it's a janitorial business, a fix-it business, or a plumbing business. So the things I mentioned before, I mean, how do I set up a business? LLCs, you could look that up, just rewind, do exactly as I told you. You could probably get Bachelor Pad Economics as well. It goes through that in detail. There's probably books on how to start a business at the library you could get for free. But the key thing is to understand what an income statement is and to save your receipts and your credit card statements and all that so that you can create one at the end of the year, because that's when you need to file with your taxes. And if you do that, dude, you are light years ahead of 98% of the people I dealt with in banking. Because accounting, they don't make money, more money in the accounting than it was before, which is before for those of you who aren't from Wyoming. There we go. Olivia Oracle, $2. What's the difference between LLC and a Ltd Limited? I believe Ltd, that might be something foreign, but it's a limited partnership. LLC is Limited Liability Corporation, a limited liability company. Let me take a look. I think Ltd means it's not a Ford car. Ltd Limited. Okay. Ltd is an abbreviation for limited, a form of corporate structure available in countries including the United Kingdom, Ireland, and Canada. Yeah, that's what I thought it was a foreign. Yeah. Suffix indicating the company is a private limited company, and limited company shareholders' liabilities limited to the capital they originally invested. Right. So people can't sue you beyond the equity in that firm. So your private assets are protected. I think the limited means, yeah, your liability is limited. Where are you getting the limited option? You must be overseas then, I presume. That's it. See you guys later. Toodles.